Hello, it's Ulysses here from SSW TV, and today I'm here at NDC, and I've got Arafat Tehsin, who is an AI MVP with Microsoft and works for Ernst & Young as a engineer of AI stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the official title. And here we are here as usual, because this is the best thing to talk about. We're talking about AI.
Yeah.
So I came across you because I was explaining something to my mother, which is what is multimodal? Why does it matter?
Yeah.
You know, okay, I can use ChatGPT, I can ask it a question, it answers me a question, but it's just like, all right, how do images come into it? And why would you want to put an image into it? The day that ChatGPT announced that you can put images in, she's like, why are you so excited? Why is that a big deal? And I showed her this thing that I didn't know it was you at the time, but I showed her this thing where you can take a photo of a complicated parking sign and say, you know, it's 3 p.m., can I park here? This is so confusing. And it just passes the whole thing and says, yes, you can until blah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you built this?
Yes.
Okay, first off, what gave you that idea to build that? Because it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And also how? What's the tech stack? How does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. In February 2023, in fact, Simon, one of our friends, just tweeted me that this is a side challenge for you. And when you say tweet or X, I had to traverse like what was going on. When I went up on the thread, I saw that there was someone who was angry about this, that this was top 5 worst things in Australia. I was like, wow. When I saw and I realized that, okay, there was a parking problem and there were like 4 or 5 parking boards together, stacked together. Simon told me that here's a side challenge for you if you can solve it. In March 2023, I started looking at it. I thought that, okay, fine, basic stuff, just computer vision problem, give it to any engine, it would just pass it, OCR it. Turned out it was a big problem. So I started exploring about the Microsoft Project Florence, which was more of the large foundation model for vision. So they call it as foundation model for vision. And I figured out that they had some language dense caption capability. So this means that normal object detection model or normal image models, what do? They just classify the image, or they tell you that what is happening in that image.
It's a whole bunch of street signs. That's as much information.
Yes. So, but the dense captioning, what they do, they just check each object and explain about it. I thought that it would be a good case for that, but turned out that no, it wasn't. So then I was suggested by someone that why don't you use the form recognizer, Azure Form Recognizer. It was a weird case for form recognizer, but I thought since I was suggested by an engineer, there must have been some significance in that. So what I did, I trained custom model for a form recognizer for the OCR purposes, and turned out it was giving me good results, like 40% of the good results, 40%. Of course, 40% is nothing. So then I thought, okay, fine, OpenAI GPT-3 was there at that time, and GPT-4 was like here and there. But I thought, okay, fine, let me try GPT-3, 3.5. And what I did, that I started taking that text, which was OCR text, 40%, nearly 40% text, and it was 40% wrong 40% correct and 60% wrong because it was not correct in spellings. So it was incorrect spellings or gibberish kind of results. So I thought that rather than I just parse it and give it to the public, I would parse it via OpenAI GPT-3 because it would just spell correct all of that and it would make sense. So I trained it with few shots and gave it that wrong results first and corrected myself, and then when I would give the real wrong result, it would give me the correct one. Turned out it was 70% correct, which was also good, but not 100%. Nobody would use it. It may not be good.
Ticket 30% of the time.
Yeah. So I was like, fine, I'll stop it here. It's not working. I remember November 2023, OpenAI GPT-4 Turbo with Vision was launched. I opened up my Visual Studio again. I was like, let me do this. And I built a very basic Maui app, upload an image, gave it to that GPT-4 with Vision. It gave me the answer without any, with zero shot learning. I was surprised. Yeah. I was like, wow. Yes, I had to deal with it later on because when I sent 2 or more parking tickets together, just a very basic system prompt stuff helped it. I did not fine-tune anything. It's just about how do you prompt, how do you ask for it to solve it, and it started solving my problem. So be it your school zone, be it your complex parking signs, it is solving 95% of the time. I won't say 100% because it's too difficult for even a human to decipher that sometimes. So yeah, it is working.
Wow. Okay. So the takeaway here seems to be, if you're finding anything hard when you're building with AI, just wait 6 months.
Oh no. Yeah. if the capability is there, then do it right now. Otherwise, yes, wait for the right time. I think
but I mean, 6 months is nothing, right?
Yeah, so of course.
It's amazing that.
Yeah, I think the speed which we are going through with, we are seeing the advancements every now and then. We learned about LM Studio today, and I heard about that earlier as well, that you could now host small language models, as they say, on your machine and start running it. In fact, like, they are also large language models, but for your machines. Yeah. So you can use it today as well.
Like on the edge, on your own machine.
On your edge, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is super cool.
All right, excellent. Let me segue a little bit because I know this is another cool topic we both like. Yeah. Most people, when they think of generative AI, they're thinking chatbots.
Yes.
Right. Obviously, we have a chatbot on the SSW website. You can talk to it. Sounds like you're talking to a salesperson. Great. Yeah. But that's where most people's imagination stops. They just think, all right, what use case do I have for a chatbot in my app? I don't really have a use case, or I will do it, but I'll do it via a chatbot.
Yeah.
What other options are there? How else can you implement AI tooling or functionality without resorting to a chatbot?
Yeah.
Or, I guess, a copilot.
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. And I think this is something which we, as a solution provider, SSW, EY, or any other, should more focus towards, because the world is not going to just end at chatbot. So when I was learning about these things, I started doing with my own experiments, and I thought that let's leave chatbot because it's been 5 or 6 years we've been working on it. Yes, SSW has Sophie bot, some others have so many things, right? So let's do something else. I started focusing on the other part of the world, which is mobile apps and web apps. Like, how do you infuse these kind of technologies into that experience? Turned out there are so many opportunities. So one of the examples which I built was to just as a fun game to guess a riddle. So I would ask large language model to generate a riddle and an answer for me in a fancy JSON format. I would parse it, show the riddle to the audience, and ask them to guess it. If they guess it correct, then what does it do? It just embeds it using embeddings and cosine similarity. We match it, whether it is a correct answer, whether the score of the cosine similarity matches or not. So we are not doing string comparisons. We are doing these sort of comparisons, which makes sense.
So it's more of a semantic comparison.
Yes, semantic comparison. Yes, absolutely. So, and then we are not just stopping there with text. So multimodal, you can go with images as well. So the other aspect of that app was that I added to choose a country from the whole list, and whatever your favorite country is, let's say Portugal, and you click on it, and then it would generate a famous image of Portugal. And then you, as an audience, would guess it, right? And if that landmark, which we just got it generated using DAL E3, if you are able to guess it, again, the same concept behind the scenes, and if you are not able to guess it, then you would not get any points. So gamification I've added over there, but it does not restrict ourselves just over there as well. You can do, today, I think it was released that you can now generate video from the text. So,
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, we can now generate promos. We can now do so many other things, which is not just restrictive to chatbots, but building personalized experiences, doing some recommendations on the basis of the previous user behavior. So there's so much to explore apart from just chatbot.
So we're talking, I guess, so far OpenAI.
Yeah.
We can do text in, we can do image in, we can do voice in.
Yes.
We can do text out, image out, voice out.
Video out.
We can now do video out.
Yes.
Can you do video in?
I have not seen it yet, but the Microsoft Azure AI stack is very much capable of doing these sort of things as well. So just to give you a summary of that there is a Microsoft Vision Studio. So it used to call as Computer Vision Studio. Now it has been changed as Azure AI Vision Studio. Vision Studio lets you upload your video. Within that video, even if it is a 1 hour long video, it would generate the summary for you. So it is taking video in.
It's not just taking the audio transcript, it's seeing what's happening.
Yeah. And even if you search for a frame, like let's say a person carrying a letter, find me that person. And it would just take you that specific frame and tell you that at frame, let's say 30 second, 56 second.
Yeah.
It's cool because you have not run it for an hour, number one. It has parsed that video very fast, and it has given you those frames. Interesting fact for our audience that you don't have to, like if you're not a developer, if you don't want to consume that time to try this out, in your Microsoft Edge, you've got a Copilot on the right side top. Click on it, open any YouTube video, search for it, and ask for any summary it would give you. Yes.
Right. Oh, so yes. This is inside Microsoft Copilot.
That's right. Yeah. Right.
So. Oh, I'll be trying that tonight.
Yeah. Try to find out this. So I've not searched for the frame, but I've checked the summary myself, and I was blown away. For like 15 minutes of a video, I just opened that video and I said, "Can you give me the summary of that video?" It gave me right away.
And this is not just taking the audio transcript and giving you a text summary.
No. It's taking the video for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, excellent. Well, Arafat, thank you so much. That was really, really cool. That's Ulysses from SSW TV signing out.